Hello, everybody. I'm Ppotdot1, and I'm going to be playing through Bucky Hare hard mode. We'll hope to not have 1,000 deaths in this run, but there will be deaths. That is 100% guaranteed. So we'll go ahead and get into it. This is a really fun, really good, really late, or like fairly late NES platformer. So there's a lot of really cool like visual aspects as well as just like really fun gameplay. But yeah, we'll get into it here in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so start off here and just gotta mash some text. We're getting the preview here where the 4 other members of Bucky's crew have all been captured by the vicious toads. So we have Bucky here, and we have to go through each of the planets to rescue each of them in turn. Kind of like Mega Man, where you unlock a new character per stage that you beat. And they each have their own unique abilities. We're playing on hard mode, which is one-hit kill to everything, so very dangerous. We're trying to despawn some of the bees on the side, some of the shots, to make sure we get through a little bit safer. Hard mode is actually pretty forgiving in this game, even though it's brutal, as noted here. Every death starts you back on whatever screen that you died on. You have infinite game overs. Game overs start you in the exact same spot. You don't lose any power when you die or when you game over. I think technically on normal mode, if you have extra health ups, you lose a health up pickup, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna die in one hit to everything anyway. So just gotta get through. A little bit of a little mini auto-scroller here waiting for the log to pass across. You can make this jump up above me where it's like, it's a one-frame jump sometimes. It's a little hard. And then there's the safe spot here on the left-hand side for a while. We wait till we get this bike pickup so that we know when we need to move over. And then we wait for these last 2 blocks on the right to fall down, get through here. And we're on the last screen of green before the boss. Jumped a little early. Where there's kind of a little bit of a tight timing to get through each of these little lasers that pass by. We're trying to manipulate the last lower one here to shoot at the right time so we make it through. We're going to start off with a bit of mashing for some of the bosses here. We don't have our boss killer quite yet. Now, we have to do the stages, well, we want to do the stages in a particular order. We do green first because we want to get Jenny as quickly as possible, who's our boss killer. But you can't unlock Jenny until you've beaten Blue Planet, and you can't get through Blue Planet until you have Blinky. These ice blocks are only breakable with Blinky's weapon. So we have to go to Green Planet first to unlock Blinky, so we can get through the section here, which would otherwise be impassable. We have to back off a little bit for those frogs coming down because they're invulnerable for a short period of time after you spawn them in. We got the Battletoad snakes. There's 3 of these screens in a row. Slightly different setup to get by each one. Nice early jump. But we did pick up a power-up for Blinky here. On that screen, I missed that jump. Which Blinky's special ability is they have a jetpack, which whenever I play this game, I always think it looks like a bow on the back of its head. But that'll be useful for one spot on Red Planet. Bucky gets a high jump with his unique ability, which we use a couple of times. This is the Iceberg. Iceberg is terrible. It's a really, really long auto-scroller that gets a smaller platform the longer you go into it. So we're just hoping that we don't die 1,000 times on this screen. Okay. Bucky can shoot up and down, but only when you're fully standing still. At least you can only shoot up when you're fully standing still. And there's a little bit of momentum physics. So like when you start walking, you have to crouch in order to stop moving. Gets to be a little awkward at times. We're trying to not have enemies come from both directions back to back. Like the less I have to turn around, the better. Getting to the end. Really? My shot? The iceberg can like clip you into the air sometimes. Like you'll notice like Bucky when he's on the ground like kind of jitter for a second. If you try to shoot up or jump during that frame, then you are not able to. So I got really unlucky where my upshot got eaten there, just at the exact wrong time. All right, through iceberg. We got some more of the blinky screens where we need to break these blocks. The platforms can only be broken by the frogs throwing the spike balls down, so we have to kind of prep each section for them. Went a little bit early, and then you're kind of trying to race some spikes there at the end. Down here, we're hoping for a good pattern. Okay, good. Yep, excellent. And then we're in the last screen here of blue. Like I said, have to wait for those guys to become vulnerable after you break the block. There's two of them back to back on those lower platforms, so we go underneath them. Otherwise, you have to wait for a really long time to be able to kill them. And we have the most mash heavy boss in the game. I don't know what his name is, but it doesn't matter. It's Mash Man. His pattern is fixed, where he shoots low, medium, high, medium, low, and then freezes the ice. If you get frozen, you can no longer jump, and you can't dodge. All right, so we've unlocked Ginny now. Ginny is going to kill all but one boss for us going forward. She has a Spirit Bomb, and the Spirit Bomb is very powerful. So we're on Red Planet here. The other two planets technically don't really matter the order that we do them in. We don't use Deadeye in Yellow Planet. Well, actually we do, so never mind. You could probably do yellow first and have it be fine. You just have to adjust a couple of strats. Got clipped on the top ceiling. There's a couple of weird edges in this game. And you might be thinking, Ppotdot playing a game that has weird edges? Who would have ever thought? That's never been heard of before. Not like every single speed game I play has weird edges. Alright. So get through this screen, and then we have kind of like Quickman lasers here, where there's like fire chasing after us. I'm gonna try to hop around a few of these corners. Some of them it doesn't really matter, but it gets you by a little bit quicker. Down, please. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. All right, and then we get this power up for Jenny. Very important. Probably the most important power up that we get to increase her Spirit Bomb power. We'll get one more for Jenny later on, but that one will help us kill the next couple of bosses. All right, and then this is this is the only screen in red that is two screens combined into one checkpoint, like that screen before us and then this one. Nice jump. Where's my cycle gonna be? It's gonna be off. I think we're back on cycle here though. I missed. Yeah, we're like each of these moving platforms like spawns on screen at the same cycle. So like if you can, we're fine. Don't worry about it. I wasn't worried at all. All right, just get. We're just waiting. Just wait it out. Get through the screen. All right. And we're gonna showcase a kind of handy glitch here coming up. We're gonna die on the same frame that we, or like at the same time that we are on a moving platform towards the edge of the screen. And it's gonna push us into the screen transition, and it's going to take us directly to the boss fight. Because whenever you are on a moving platform and touch the edge of a screen, it transitions you to the next screen every frame. So it just like skips one of the screens here in red. That would be a really annoying like semi-auto scroller. And we use the Spirit Bomb with Jenny to get by the big mech. We unlock Deadeye. Deadeye is a duck. That's all you need to know. And we're going left on yellow. That's not good. We're trying to manipulate these snakes coming out of the ground to be at the like to come out at just like 3 specific times so we can manipulate them around the right way. So the first one always comes out in this first hole. This one's gonna come out early, I think. Nope, okay, good. Comes out here, manipulate it up. And we get the next one here, manipulate it up. All right. We use Deadeye here. Some of the character swaps here. Yeah, pressing select swaps characters, so you can do everything right on the fly. Really nice, like really fast for everything. Kind of reminiscent of like quick swaps in later Mega Man games. All right, and then swap to Jenny, get that power up, and then make sure that we die. Touch the screen, we're on yellow 7, and we're fighting the boss. Skip by 3 screens that way. One of them's a really annoying, I'm just gonna die here. One of those is a really annoying, like really long back and forth, like cart ride that you really don't wanna have to play. Spirit Bomb is kind of unusual physics is what I would want to call it. It keeps momentum as you maneuver it around. So the best way to move it is to like tap it. When we charge up another one, kill the antenna, kill the eye. And that's 4 planets. So we have our whole crew back together, and nothing bad's gonna happen to our whole crew now that they're back together, right? Yeah. All right, the whole crew's here, and oh no, the Toad Marshal caught up to us. So he's gonna lock everybody up, and we're gonna be in prison. Bucky and Blinky get locked up together. I don't know why he didn't separate them, because it's really important that Blinky is separate, or since Blinky can break the blocks. But we have to rescue the rest of our team again, but all in one stage this time. This stage is a big maze if you don't know where you're going. Like, you could very easily reach a screen transition and have it retransition you back onto the same screen like several times in a row. Swap to Bucky, please. Thank you. Couple of falling platforms there to kind of like trick you into falling back down into a spot you've already been. And we're just trying to climb up to the top of the area here slowly while recovering our whole team. Couple instances of the Bucky super jump. Don't want to shoot that enemy there. All right, and then our first boss that we recapture, or our first crewmate that we recapture, is Jenny, which is really handy. We only have one more mash to do, which is to fight Jenny. Avoid her spirit bomb. And I very intentionally leave this block unbroken, because she won't walk onto that block, and just in case my mash is slow. A little bit of a mini cutscene in between each recapture. So yeah, they've all been brainwashed by the Toad Marshal. You have to get into their cell, fight them to unbrainwash them, and then you unlock them for the later parts of the stage. So now I have Jenny again. Nice jump. The one downside is each one that you rescue puts them back on your select menu. So it can be a little bit, you have to kind of be aware of where you're at in your character swaps. Jenny, please, thank you. Jenny's shot comes from her forehead jewel, so it's a little bit taller than the rest of the cast. I want to be on this one. This is Willy. Willy has a really strong regular attack. We'll see it twice before we get to the escape sequence. He just fires pretty slowly, you can only have the one shot on screen, so it's not really useful in the regular stages. But when we're in our escape ship and he has the same shot speed as everybody else, then it's really good there. I didn't do the backup properly. Back to Blinky. The Yoku blocks here are on a global timer, so sometimes they spawn in right away, right there, and sometimes they take a little bit longer. I should have just gone. I don't know why I didn't just go. I was I'm gonna wait. Blinky has a little bit smaller hitbox in case it wasn't visually obvious. So some jumps are a little bit easier with Blinky than they are with the other characters, because they're a little shorter. They get underneath some things a little bit easier. Except when you jump early, that's always going to kill you. Yeah, there's not going to be a full deathless run by me anytime soon. Game's just hard. It's hard mode. Please jump, Bucky. All right. And then we have the last full screen of the escape, or the cell sequence, I should say. This looks like it's the right position. Yeah, okay, we're good. So if you're on this particular, there's a couple of pixels here that you can stand, where if you just don't move and shoot straight up, then you break all the spikes that are above you, and you don't get hit by any of the other ones. So we do this for the full first half of this. This section goes on for a little while. Mad Mega, if you have any donations you'd like to read.
I don't think we're ever going to run this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't expect so either. If you'd like to plug.
It's feel like, I'm taking donations, sitting here all day, and never get to me, I will like throw it to CDQ still.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in the second half of the elevator ride here. The spikes are like, they seem like they're dangerous, but they actually don't really have a hitbox on the top half of them, so you can go kind of early and not be too worried about it. Like, you have a lot more time than you might think that you do, visually. All right, and then we come back up here and we unlock Deadeye as our last character. All right, so now we got our whole team back again for the second time. So yeah, Willie's special is he gets to fire like a super shot. Deadeye, his regular shot is the three-way shot that you saw, and then he can climb walls with his unique ability. We will see that a few times later on. Deadeye, unfortunately, has every worst screen in the game. It's not really his fault, but it is kind of his fault. But yeah, now that we're all together, we're trying to blow up the the Toad Marshal's ship. We get a power-up for Willie there. We get one more power-up for Bucky. I don't think this power-up for Bucky matters, but I always get it just in case. I moved left too soon. I forgot which one I was on. Where's Bucky? Bucky, there you are. All right, we're fine. Yeah, the edges of these will kill you, but if you just stay still and fall through them, then it will not. Got the ant lions here, just a little bit of precise timing for the jumps. And then this screen where we're trying to set up exactly the right timing so that we don't have to wait in this lower section too much. It's good. That was kind of an early jump, that's fine. Get past the brain slug room. Bucky, thank you, or Blinky, excuse me. And then we have a couple spots that Blinky can fit through a little easier. Back to Willie. Because Willie one-shots these enemies where others do not. And we got our first instance of Deadeye climbing walls. Get up there, Deadeye. Get up there. Please, go. Just a little bit of a preview of Deadeye. You can keep your momentum underneath if you have really good jump timing here. Underneath is a death pit. Like, it's really easy to go just a little bit too low and die there. But it's much faster than trying to jump over the plant things that eat you. Good boss. Alright, so we've gone through the salvage chute. And we have the center of the magma chamber, which is powering the ship that we've been captured onto. Couple awkward screens in here, but that'll help us get through a little bit easier there. That's good. All right, and then this is a full Deadeye screen. Remember, I hate you! I love just the background of the Toad Marshal. Super jump up here. That screen went well. Always happy to have that screen go well. And then we have the Bucky jump screen, where these enemies are basically invulnerable. You can jump over them pretty quickly if you're in the right spots and don't land directly on top of them. But their hitbox is kind of big too, so be a little bit careful about setup. Good. If we slip in, we did not, that's fine. Up there. Always a little bit cautious about where I am on these platforms because they can kind of push you to the side if you're on the edge of them. Deadeye, please, thank you. And then this is a really cool sequence of screens where it rotates, and wherever you are in the rotation is where it puts you at. So you kind of have to be aware of not being in a spot where you would be then put into a pit below you all of a sudden. Now we use Bucky's super jump to get ourselves into good spots here. And we use Willie's more powerful shot to kill these enemies and hopefully not get hit by their shot as it's leaving the screen. There we go. And then we have the 3 worst screens in the game, because these are RNG frogs that pop down from the ceiling. We've got our Battletoad snakes here combined with those frog enemies that can spawn anywhere on the screen vertically, or horizontally, I should say. Went a little bit too soon. You're just trying to spawn the second snake as quickly as possible so you don't have to be on the screen for too long. There he is. Right on top of you. Okay, that's the first one done. We have to wait this snake out a little bit. Jumped just a tiny bit too early. Got edge clipped. Get away from me. Don't jump on me. Thank you. All right, that's 2. All right, good. Let me get in this position with Jenny. We have to break all 3 parts of the center of the magma tanker here. We got bad luck. It fired down. If you get bad luck, there's not really anything you can do. You just have to die. Okay. Break that one. Get that spirit bomb off screen. Charge up another one. Don't shoot down, please. Thank you. All right. All right. So we're on the last stage, the escape, where everything's kind of blowing up around us. And it kind of turns the game from the Mega Man style platformer that we were just on into a shmup. So now we're in a auto-scroller shmup style stage. There are a lot of sections here. There's no individual rooms like there were before. There's still checkpoints. But the checkpoints for the first couple of sections are pretty far apart. So we're trying to not die too early on here. Once we're done with the shmup set, or this first part of the section, there's 3 bosses in a row. Each boss has its own checkpoint. All 3 of them are... I am not on Deadeye right now. Okay. Okay. I forgot where I was in the section. Fortunately, I was able to recover. Get down. Okay. Alright. Alright, so that's the first checkpoint. And then we have this section that looks like it was intended to be dangerous, but literally you just hold forward and shoot. And there's not any danger here. But this goes on for a little bit, and then we have a faster section that we use Deadeye again for. Try to be in the right spot here. Try to manipulate some of these shots to be slow when they come out for these enemies. Bucky's nice that he shoots behind you. So you can hit enemies behind you. Each character kind of has their own weapon in this as well. And then we have the first of the 3 in-game bosses. We're hoping for as many like double hits on these sections as we can. You can only really hope for them. You can hear when you get the double hits, but it's just hard to like set up a consistent way to get them. It just breaks the arms a little bit quicker here. And then this guy bounces around the room like the DVD logo. Trying to make sure that we don't accidentally run into shots. Yep, okay. Good, all right. First try on that guy's good. And now we have the hardest of the 3, the big train. The train has like several sections that you can destroy, but the only one that matters is the engine on the back. We want to set up a way, like, if we don't one-cycle the engine, that we have a chance to go back around and kill it on a cycle 2, but, like, if we don't one-cycle it, there's a pretty high likelihood that we are going to have to die and try again, just from the way that this boss operates. I'm backwards. I'm not in the right spot. Yeah, okay. We'll try to survive here. But it is, yeah. Like, you just don't have a lot of room to maneuver when you're going underneath. If you set yourself up, you have to, in order to one-cycle the train at the backside, you have to set yourself up in the right horizontal position so that your shots are hitting twice. Like, you're getting double hits per shot. If you can set yourself up pretty quickly, then the fight ends up being pretty fast. Please. Okay. But it's just hard to get set in the right spot while also dodging each of the shots coming at you. All right, I am in the right spot here. So just like that. I'll take a second try, train. That's pretty good. The train does have a hitbox as it's flying away. I know I call it a train. It's like a plane thing, but it looks like a train. So we just got the actual Toad Marshal himself left here. We're trying to use Willy because he does twice the damage, but Bucky does fire backwards, so we'll be swapping from Bucky to Willy a lot here, which is tough because it's 4 swaps from Bucky to Willy, or yeah, from Bucky to Willy. Bucky, Willy. Okay, we're fine. You should be dead here fairly soon. Bucky? There he is. Okay. And time. Time. If he didn't get. Woo! 34? I'll take it. That's not bad, honestly. Yeah. Like, I was hoping for something under 35. Yeah. Like, if I get stuck on the train for a long time, then like 40 is very possible, even like a bit above 40. But like getting through the train is really good for like for the time it was. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that overall.
That run is so hard.
Yeah.
Like it's such a, like it's called hard mode.
Yeah.
For, like it's not hard mode. That's like very hard. It's super
Yeah.
hard. Mean.
Yeah, the normal mode is still pretty difficult. Like, there's a lot of things that still kill you in one hit, but you can actually like take hits from regular bullets and stuff
You can
and get
tank
through.
things a little bit.
Yeah. Hard mode is just like, don't make a mistake and get through every screen without any problems. Yeah, so I really do like the hard mode run of this game. It's really fun. But yeah, it is brutal. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna hand it back off to the next person to go.